We want every side to come together to attempt to take down the 100 side.
Man, they gotta
We want
understand,
all the
right?
smoke.
We go off the content.
Three, two, one. Hey there, welcome back to the channel where we keep it real. No capping. I'm your host, bringing you nothing but straight fire and authenticity. Today, we're diving into 12 rooms that I got to promote. The 100 ENT showroom, hosted by Big Wack100. The Beehive room. Love and R&B room, hosted by the queen of the 100 side, R&B. No room for the weak. No mercy room. Spin the block room. 100 ENT Jailbreak Squad room. 100 ENT Solve room. Petty Betty and Toxic Tanya room. Dangerous Minds room, hosted by Beast. Good Burger, hosted by Pitbull. Sleepless in LA, and many more. If you want to get closer or you want to be a part of the show, go to Clubhouse, follow one of these rooms, or you look for a room titled with Wack100. These particular videos all made possible by the one and only Wack100. Get ready to vibe with me as we explore the hardest topics that need some real recognition in the streets. Let's jump right into it and show some love to this channel by hitting the like and or subscribe button. So, without further ado, hold it down. One mic on Wack.
I don't know what they pay because I hit my people. They say, Wack, what you think? I said, I don't trust. I think they'll sell it to 10 to 1. When you sell somebody something, it got to be exclusive to let it go, you know?
Facts. You don't play it that way.
First thing they said is, Wack, why you ain't? I said, because I believe once they get a bag, it's going to be anywhere. It's going to be everywhere anyway. So, you know, you can't, you know, these ain't no need to do a contract with. Because you don't know where they got it from. You know what I'm saying?
I got it here.
Yeah, if it ain't just on the phone, you don't know where you get it from.
Yeah.
Well,
Now I'm still looking. I ain't see them out yet.
maybe he capping. Maybe he trying to get people to subscribe to it. But I know it was like 8 minutes.
Somebody sent me that a pill work I put into your back channel the other day. Somebody sent me that a pill work. We're gonna run that today and see if that's real or not. Check your text for that on that meet. I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't had a time, but we're gonna run it today.
His biggest worry is that lady. She know all. They better stash him, but he too scary to do something to her. You know, he's scared to go back to jail. He'd be better off just taking the hit. Whatever gonna side with him, gonna side with him. He'd be a damn fool to try to orchestrate something against her. You know what I'm saying?
She gotta have recordings because in that appeal paperwork, we talked about how he got caught for the cell phone in jail in the feds.
Oh no, she got. Best believe she got all that.
Oh, for sure. Oh. And she got more than that, to be honest with you.
I don't know, telling what she got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Why did that to myself?
Seen ASAP Rocky lawyer doing some interviews now.
ASAP Rocky lawyer did what?
Couple interviews. Saying he's scared of Rock Nation, scared of Jay-Z.
What he
And let
What you
me get
mean?
some. Yeah.
He's got a Rock Nation for.
He talking a lot of on the Breakfast Club.
ASAP Rocky's lawyer is scared of Rock Nation.
Yeah, he said somehow why he didn't take the Diddy case. He says it's not scared. Probably not scared. His loyalty to Rock Nation. Apologize. Not scared. His loyalty to Rock Nation. Loyalty to Diddy and Rock Nation. That's why he didn't take that case.
His loyalty to Jay-Z. Wait. Well, I don't understand that. What? I don't get it. Jay-Z and Diddy was cool, so I don't get that.
That's why I didn't get it either. He was like, because of his loyalty to Jay-Z and Rock Nation, he didn't take that case. I didn't get it.
Is he saying if a situation comes on the pipeline that he gotta represent Jay-Z, he don't want to be a conflict of interest? Is that what he's saying?
Yes, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's what I think so. You heard that interview, Real?
Not all of it.
They also said something about how the jurors was 10 not guilty to 2 guilty. They convinced the 2 guilties to turn not guilty.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Heard about that too? Yeah, that first juror that did that interview, she was the one that needed to be convinced.
The one in the black shirt, right?
Right, and she also said that they thought that he fired the weapon. It was a real... To me, that was the best part about that interview, that they actually did think that. And they let him off anyway.
Yeah, I was shocked by that too a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They said it was just that the Relli wasn't credible.
Yeah, he was. They said ultimately he was the reason why his case failed. His own testimony.
Right, and that's not the juror's mouth, Wack. That they believed it was a real, believed he shot it, but just ain't believe the witness. That's crazy to me.
Oh, that's what he said?
That's what the juror said. Right after the court, they interviewed her. That's what she said. That, yep, we believe it was a real, believe he shot it, but we ain't believe the Relli. And she also said it was 10 not guilties, the 2 guilties in the beginning. And the 10's convinced the 2 to go not guilty. But they all believed it was a...
Everybody honestly believed there was especially with the theory of a prop. Ain't nobody walking around no damn prop. They played it. They tried to set that story up as best as they could. Prop is yeah, we use it for sets. Yeah, he would wear it to deter violence towards him. If any came his way, he could just brandish it, whatever, like it was a real weapon. I don't believe that. I don't think they believed that. Nobody believed that. But the Relli's defense was so poor. I mean, his testimony was so poor. It was a lot of inconsistencies. His even his injuries were inconsistent. They found inconsistency where you got the paper bag, the black plastic bag from a donut shop that happened to be closed that day. So you're lying. Like, it was just a lot. It was a lot. Picking up the shell casings, like, it was a lot. And then checking back the footage and finding out, okay, you didn't even go back the same night. You went back 2 days later, bro. Like, so he put his own nail in his own testimony coffin, for lack of better words.
And Rue, that's why when we first, and salute the Unc, that's why when we first said putting the hand in sentence makes no sense, because you don't have the Relli on the stand yet to blow up the case. So your original theory is we're gonna claim self-defense, we're gonna say it's a prop gun, X, Y, and Z. You got saved by the Relli doing what he did. You see what I'm saying, Rue?
Yes, absolutely.
Because the jurors said they believed it was a real. They believed he shot it. They just believed that whole self-defense story, and they didn't believe the Relli. They thought Relli was the aggressor. That's out their own mouth, and he's the one that followed them into that alley, and whoop-de-whoop, and caused that altercation. So they let Rocky. Literally, they let Rocky off. They didn't say he didn't shoot the weapon. They didn't say he didn't pull out a... They let him off with that assault with a deadly weapon charge. Literally let him off. He did the crime.
Wow.
They're going to let him off. That's how you got to read into
the video.
Yeah, that was crazy.
They was following prostitutes around with drones.
I seen that.
They would do that.
Huh?
I didn't see that. Where they was doing that at? Another state?
I don't know where the hell
they be out here with it.
I don't know where this at, but that's funny as hell.
What up? What up? Hey, Rude, you check out that we do the update today about the Raven Liberty, the lawyer for the YNW Melly joint.
Yeah, I've been trying to catch up on that. I'm not too rehearsed in that particular trial. But yeah, I gotta definitely catch up on that. It was just between Rocky and him, and I was checking out the Rocky stuff more often. But
Yeah.
what's going on with that?
So they got the girlfriend, right? They put her on an ankle monitor. So it's still up in the air whether she's gonna testify to anything that night or not. Right. Also with the lawyer, they had a hearing with the lawyer. Um the issue is, if you remember, go back into that trial. At some point, the gang detective, right, the gang file expert, hopped on the stand with a mask on. The defense objected to him wearing the mask, right? They basically, over their objections, they stated that he can show his face, X, Y, and Z. He stated that he was undercover with the whoop. He had a threat on his life, so therefore he didn't want to unmask in court. What we didn't know was that apparently his wife's Cash App profile picture had him and her on it. You following so far?
Following.
So somebody found that picture and leaked that picture. That somebody they're alleging is Raven Liberty from YNW Melly's defense team. So they're not charging her yet, but that's where the whole witness tampering investigation comes in on her side. So when she screams out in the courtroom, she has an outburst where she says, "Well, the prosecution thinks I put it out on Detective Polo." That's what that conversation was
Oh
about. That's why
yes,
you see it now. I had to give it to you in the circular
yes,
form.
yes. I
That's
remember
why.
that interaction. Yeah.
Right. So now we had conversations on this floor about what was in that search warrant. The research that we produced was that the prosecution did not want to give up that search warrant affidavit because they were investigating other people. Tink, remember I told you the scuttlebutt was whether or not some real street happened in the streets because she gave up her lawyer's pen to gang members in the streets. That's what they allege. So she gives up her lawyer's pen. So therefore, the phone conversation with the quote unquote gang members between Melly are not recorded, but they have them anyway because they know she gave up her pen. So they just go back and get those phone calls now that had her pen on. So that investigation part of it was the end part. So was there really a quote unquote hit on Detective Polo during this trial? And that's where this whole thing is gonna come to light, Rue, at the end of the day. But that's what that whole Raven Liberty about, witness tampering, the whole hit on Detective Polo, him being unmasked, him showing his face, him getting compromised, all of that. So salute to the homies. And as of right now, she hasn't even been charged with none of this. They just took her iCloud, subpoenaed it, and that's it. They won't give up the search warrant, won't give up the search affidavit. And I think they're still fighting back and forth in the courtroom to get that up. So it's a lot of mess in this trial. It's a lot. They're arguing. You ever heard of something called consciousness of guilt? They're trying to enhance his charges on something called consciousness of guilt by saying that anyone who is not a guilty person wouldn't witness tamper. Wouldn't go to this extent to witness tamper if they're not guilty. So they're trying to add it on top of his charges already. This shit is wild. I don't know. I never heard that before, but
So they said they believe he did it, but they didn't believe the witness.
ASAP Rocky, yeah. Yeah. Believe he shot the believe it was a real did not believe ASAP Relly at all. Also believe that ASAP Relly was the aggressor and Rocky was acting in self-defense.
That's crazy, but that's crazy right there.
Crazy
So
as
the the jury believe he shot. That don't make sense. How you believe you only know he shot because the witness saying he shot the guy? Like,
I guess
say you didn't like the witness.
I argued that there's no way that he's a registered firearm carrier, pulled out that gun like that, and is not going to get charged anyway because there's no way.
No, but what I'm saying is,
Exactly. Yeah.
if the jury said we believe he had to believe he shot,
Mhm.
yes,
okay,
because he
all those statements came from Relli. That came from Relli. That shot at me, right?
Right.
That came from Relli. So you can't say you don't believe the witness, but you believe he had to because the witness is saying he had to.
Well,
100%.
remember the argument was that he him, and what was happening was they were arguing the fact that they were talking about the angle of and he they say on camera it doesn't he never really angled like he didn't fire it at him, he angled it towards the ground, and they argue, well then why would
That
you
don't mean
angle a
nothing.
prop
That don't
gun?
mean nothing. Hey, pick up.
I know they said why would you angle a prop gun towards the ground if it wasn't real? So that's where all the conflict was coming from, all the confusion
Yeah.
was coming from because the guy didn't really prove that he claims that it hit the ground and then he felt something hot. That's how he kept describing it. So it was just like, wait, what? And then they look at the injuries over and over and they're like, these are not consistent with a shot. Like, how did you know? So
Yeah,
that's
that's
why
crazy
they,
because
yeah.
you women wasn't taking that stance on Meg the Stallion because ain't no way you got hit in the foot with a bullet.
Really?
Yeah, so now all of a sudden the same that winning her couldn't win in him. The asphalt couldn't have kicked up. Is that what you saying? 'Cause
I'm not
we
s-
all know they did not catch a bullet in her foot. We know the bullet probably went off, hit the ground, and she probably caught them fragments. So it's what we saying. It sound like the same. Nobody has an injury from a bullet, none of it, but they got wounds. It's real, it's the same.
It's the same stuff. I guess, I don't know. I can't really say anything's different in that. I mean, Tori was the mediator. You know what I'm saying? And it was supposed to be between him and Kelsey. Same differences between Relli and Rocky and 12, not 12E, but I think it was another dude was supposed to be the mediator, the one that Relli ran behind or Rocky ran or somebody. I don't know, but I guess you could say, yeah, same difference. I don't know. I think how both those cases went is the actions of the person that followed, like the whole walking
No, I'm
walking
just
behind him
tripping
for
on
blocks,
the jury saying we didn't believe him, but we believe what he said. We believe he had to, but they saying they don't believe he shot at him?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were debating whether, the angle of they were discussing the wounds and how the wounds looking are they
It don't
consistent with.
matter what
It
the
was a
angle
lot.
is. If you got two people getting into it
Yeah.
and discharging, it don't matter. You can shoot them in the air, in the grass. If you in an altercation with somebody, they gonna take it like that.
That's a fact.
And worst case, you gonna get a discharge of firearms in city limits. Straight up. I know.
And didn't the
Every
police?
time every time I caught a 245, they hit me with discharging firearms in city limits, saw with a deadly weapon. And if it was into a vehicle or something, they gonna hit you with that. Fire into an inhibited vehicle. You know what I'm saying? They gonna hit you with all that.
Hey, didn't the police say they didn't find no evidence at all of a gun being fired at all?
Yeah, they didn't find no shells, but he went back and found 2 shells at the 7 police couldn't find nothing. But I think the fact that they caught him lying about ever finding a firearm, and somehow they found records of him at a range with the same caliber of the bullets of the shells that he went back and found. They kind of like, and they had like, we know you didn't take the shells from here. You know what I'm saying?
And he's also not on camera going back and doing none of that either. So that's a
Nah, I
fucking
didn't
lie.
like the camera footage I saw.
Hmm.
You know, you didn't really see that. I seen
Right.
some, but I didn't. You know, multiple people there, so I don't know who he was getting into it with. I don't know what it was. I don't believe
Oh,
it was no audio. Was
it was audio, but the problem was it was two videos they had to put it together. Whack, they overlaid it, and then the other that was in that video, he's the one that pointed out who was who in the video that was blurry. They
so? What the
enhanced it.
audio say? What was he?
It was just a shot. You just heard pop pop
But you didn't see you. They was out of camera.
out of camera footage, out of focus. You can't see who pointed it. You can't see the muzzle. You can't really. Not from that Wag. You can't, you know what I mean? Even with this saying who's who and saying that Rocky fired the shot at the ground, it obviously wasn't enough because they acquitted him. I was there said Rocky fired the point at the ground and he still got away with it. I thought he was cooked after that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's sitting there in that video fighting is an understand pointing out that's Rocky, that's Illy and Relli get into a fight, and then Rocky points at the ground and shoots a shot. That's what he said out of his own mouth. I thought once he said that, it was over. But apparently not. Apparently you can shoot at somebody. I don't know. I can't even
Yo,
make this
that's
shit up. Wow.
sick.
I can't. I'm trying.
An audio that was titled Big Meech Audio, but I click on that and it takes me to create an account for Patreon. So
Yeah, somebody you gotta watch dude because he might be playing the game. Somebody gonna strip though that.
If it's really there, you want to jump in there and grab it? I can grab it.
If it's there, yeah. I mean, I don't. I think somebody gonna strip it.
I'm gonna get it and shoot that. Yo, SD. I'm gonna holler at you. We got back. Send me that link, TG.
I mean, but I guess they wasn't playing the lesser charge.
Mm.
I don't know. It's just crazy for them to say we don't believe the witness, but they're saying he had the shot.
Not only the witness, you got the defense witness saying the same thing, by the way, except that he shot it at Relli. The defense witness said he pointed it at the ground.
Oh, he never shot it at Relli. He pointed at the ground
Right.
and shot.
Mm-hmm. Is you kind of if you watch the video of the actual defense witness on the stand, Whack, they put the two videos together and they played the sound. That's where you can kind of see him pointing out. You see him shoot at the ground, and you see them run and kind of scatter, and you hear the second shot. So that's where the defense witness is pointing. Okay, that's Rocky. That's Illy and Relli tussling. You see the first shot, right? That's where Illy allegedly, Relli, they grab each other. He said use it as a human shield. The second shot happens, and that's where you see them run away. So with the overlay and the guy pointing it out, with the sound, you can kind of figure out what happened. You still can't see the gun shot, but you can kind of understand what happened because a boy is telling the story, and you can hear the sound of the gunshot. That's the first time we heard that they actually had audios at that point in trial when they put the two videos together.
Yeah, love this shit finna go crazy. This shit finna go crazy.